Hi everybody, this is Freyja from Otherworldly, and today I am bringing you my new namesake in SL, Freyja the Icelandic Horse from Tegel. One of two brand new Teeglepets released at the Dog and Pony Show, which opened on September 1st. There's lots of goodies for Teeglepets, the Tegel horses and the Tegel dogs, and the Tegel mythical beasts. This is the event where you want to get your stuff for that. So tons of textures, accessories for your stable and your barn, for your horses. Some other animals as well are available, but primarily it is all about the Teeglepets. And of course, I had to show you the Icelandic horse first. I am quite fond of these little critters. They are, very nice temperaments, sturdy horses. I've ridden them a few times in real life and very much enjoy them. And of course, they have their famous extra gaits. The rack. You can see one of them here practicing in the background. They've got the rack and they've got their flying pace. The rack, everyone says, oh, it's so smooth to sit when you're riding it, and then people try it who aren't very experienced with horses and they wonder why their bones are being shaken apart. And it does take some experience to sit even the rack, but once you know how to do it, yes, it is very comfortable. So to show them off, I decided to combine it with a look at a new release from We Love Roleplay, which isn't out yet because that event hasn't opened. It opens on the 4th. And it is a Viking long haul from Delca Idealis. And before we poke a closer look at the horses, I wanted to show you this beautiful building. As you can see, it's got some nice detailing on the doors and everything. Looks very Viking to me. And these broad doors you can open up, of course. And inside we have one big room here, and then you go through it. You have this drape here separating out, and other drapes here for private quarters. And in the back, if you go through these two here, you have an area that you could actually use for having your animals, which of course would add warmth during cold Scandinavian winters to have all your animals inside. So that was a quite common practice. And then you can let them out through the back door rather than having them waltzing through the front of the building. So that is our Viking building, and I used the Emmental landscape, the solid sky landscape from Landscapes Unlimited. I used another version. There's 4 included in the package when you buy it. And this one I set to autumn, and it has this cool little island in the middle where you can place your build. That seemed like a nice place to put your horses to graze as well. Now, we're going to pop in closer and first look at the default coat that Freyja has, this lovely chestnut coat, and now she's gone and hidden her head in the wall of the building. Probably eating some moss or something of it, we'll say. Anyway, this beautiful chestnut coat with a lighter mane and tail. If you know anything about Icelandic horses, you'll know they come in a lot of different colors. Some of the sort of wild, primitive colors, and others just very beautiful and spectacular colors. You can see there's use of PBR textures here on the coat, making it very nice and shiny. Then I took the other two and I set up some coats from the texture barn on those. So here we have a nice dapple on this horse here, looking very pretty. That's definitely a color you might get on an Icelandic horse. And our other friend here, he ran away, and I'm saving you for last. Yes, I'm just gonna help him out of the wall here a little bit to show him off. Here we have a dun color, as you can see by the stripe down his back, also from the texture barn. And over here we have the limited edition, which is only available at the Dog and Pony Show, and his name is Balder, and you can see that he has his own limited edition coat and a special mane, and I think his tail is a little different as well. He looks a little less rugged and more polished for a show perhaps, and he's also quite gorgeous. Let's see if I can get a little bit more. You can see the light shifting on his coat here. Here, let's get him out more light like this. Very pretty. He's got a little bit of dappling on his coat as well. I think you tend to call this like a silver color or something. There's so many variants on the Icelandic horse coats that I don't know all of them. Let's see if one of them will oblige us and show off the gates again. Oh, they're tired. If we zoom out, maybe we'll have a better chance at catching one of them. There we go. A little bit of a rack from one of them. I like having them roaming around like this, and just, of course, they can trot and walk as well, just like any horse. I haven't actually tried out riding them yet. I decided to show them off in the wild first. Balder, as you see, has a very pretty trot as well. Looking nice and handsome, and here's that gorgeous chestnut coat again. It really looks quite stunning. I like the rugged, rather rough-looking mane they've given them by default. They look like they're living out in the wild all the time. Let's see here if I can fiddle with the variant. No, here, by the way, is the config, where you can switch your Icelandic horse from the gated and the non-gated versions, depending on whether you want to have the special gates or not. I don't think you can actually access those. Those are just the usual animations there. And I forgot to turn off my little tag, of course. Just pretend you didn't see that. Ah, there we go. A little bit of pacing, I think. Or maybe the rack again. Let's see if I can actually... Can I adjust this driver? No, I can't. Not when I'm not sitting on, I don't think. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. So, here we go. We have now set flying pace on Freyja here, of course. Alternatively, that does not kick in when... Woohoo! She ran into the house. Well, that's a problem when you're opening your doors. You might get Icelandic horses inside. I think this gives a good sense of them. Even if they're not being particularly cooperative and showing off their pretty gaits all the time. But you've seen some of their movements. And of course there will be, you can always try out a demo at the Dog and Pony Show. And then control for it yourself and get a good look at their gaits. I'm definitely going to be showing more. See, just a few steps there at least. And some rearing around and being feisty as well. I think we'll leave it at that. This gives you a nice look at them, a nice look at the limited edition coat, and also some of the other coats that are available at the Dog and Pony Show. And I hope you will visit, because as I said, you can get a lot of cool things for your ponies there, and for your dogs. And you'll be hearing from me soon, I think, because I do have one more, a new Teeglepet to show off, and a few other things. So until then.